What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. This video is going to be about a camera that I've used quite a bit, and I've put it on eBay because I've bought an 80D. So I kind of need some funds. I need less cameras, but I wanted to make a quick video on it before it's sold because I think it'll sell fast once it gets into the rotation. It's kind of a weird camera, and it's actually one that I use on my other YouTube channel up until 2 weeks ago, and that's just because I haven't made any videos for that channel in 2 weeks. And it's my Target camera, and I keep it in this little Pelican case, or this little Ilar Pelican case knockoff. But this is a camcorder, and it's the Panasonic HDC-TM90, and it's kind of a unique camcorder, and it's pretty cheap for what you're getting with this. It is quirky, but I'll talk about that in just a second. But let's take a look at this camera really quick. Okay, here's how this thing lives most of the time. This is, again, just a knockoff Pelican case, and that's just because a lot of the times when I'm making shooting videos, I need something that I can stack stuff on and not really worry about, and this camera really has done a great job. But what I've got in there is the camcorder itself, battery charger, extra battery, and then the external microphone adapter. So that is something that's unique about this camcorder, is that it'll take an external microphone, and it's got manual controls, and it's also got a really rudimentary touchscreen. And this thing's been pretty bulletproof for me. It's just now started to go through batteries pretty quick. I mean, I still have been using it, but I've got an SL3 and an 80D now that I plan on using as my two main cameras for my other channel. But this thing, I think that if you bought this or found one of these, you could make videos today, and we'll do some footage in just a second. But I put on an adapter to run 52mm ND filters. This was kind of hard to find. I actually had to order it from Korea. This is what our menu looks like. Again, you've got a touch screen on. I think I paid $60 for this camcorder, but most of the time I run this thing in auto. I'll show you the manual settings in just a minute, but right here you have all your buttons. You can take it out of manual. You've got your optical image stabilization. This thing has a built-in lens stabilization. You've got a 1080-60 button if you want to do some slow-mo. You've got your mic, you've got your AV, and then your HDMI out cable. This is your battery. These are pretty common batteries. I could just order a new battery, but I'm getting away from using this thing. But I just used some off-brand K-Star batteries, and I've been using it for about 1.5 years, and they're just now starting to give up. You got your record button back here. You've got a photo button up top. You've got a mode selection right here. You've got a charging port for a charging cable that I don't own. Sorry, had to run around the yard from that wasp for a second. But overall, this is a really fun camcorder. It's really fun to use. It's actually got really good preamps whenever you set up an external microphone. Again, it's a little quirky when you do that. What I'm going to do is go grab an ND, I think 8 or 16 filter, just to slap on the front of here, and an external microphone, and I'll show you guys how to set this thing up, and we'll do some test footage with it with the external microphone. Again, this is probably going to be on eBay by the time this video comes out, but you can pick these up from anywhere from 60 to 100 bucks. All right, let's set this thing up. It's really hot today. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and it's already like 90 degrees. But that is the external mic adapter. You've got a little shoe release button there. Works pretty good. Let's go ahead and slap our ND16 filter on there. This is just a cheap, newer ND16. I try to run this thing in automatic for video and then manual for the audio. And the mic that I have is this gigantic Takstar SGC-598. But although it looks ridiculous, it actually sounds pretty good. Panasonic on all of their camcorders, and I've only had a couple camcorders. I've had a GH3, but Panasonic seems to do a really good job with their preamps for audio, or they're really hot preamps. But once you install the external mic on this camcorder, it gives you a little warning there, and if you just install it and go, it's in an auto gain feature, and it's honestly too hot, and it sounds, you can get away with it, but it just doesn't sound great. So right there you see I turned it on, and you can see the audio gauge. It's already way up there. Sorry, you guys probably couldn't see that. Let me manual focus real quick. Oh, got a wasp after me. I think what it is I've got a wasp nest in my table right here. So I'm gonna move. Okay, ran away from the wasp. Let's set up this microphone. You can see that this thing has a little gain meter right there, and it's already a little too hot, and the microphone is pointing that way. So it's really, really hot. So you do have to go in here. Let's press manual real quick. So that turns on our manual setting. You have all of this stuff for manual setting, but I normally just go over to the microphone setting. And it is a little tricky. You have to go into the menu. You have to go into the record setup. You have to go all the way down to the bottom, right there. Mic level set, and we're gonna set that mic level, and let's lower that way down. I'm gonna turn the camera around and see if we can set that mic level. Test. So you've got little sound bars right there on each corner. Test. See, it's going into, okay, so it's clipping there on 0 decibels at 24, so I got it on 27. So now our mic levels are set. Let's test this thing out and see what the footage looks like. Okay, this is the Panasonic camcorder. This is audio from that camcorder, just handheld on a little tiny tabletop tripod. I've got that ND16 on there. That's just to slow the shutter speed down a little bit. It does shift the white balance a little bit, and it has a little bit of a problem exposing, but it's better than trying to set it up manually and get all that stuff perfect. So that's normally just how I've used this, is just with a fixed ND filter. This thing is a really fun to use camcorder if you're just into cameras. If you like experimenting with stuff, this is something that doesn't cost a lot of money. You can get pretty good results with it. You could make like the vintage style videos. You could make the vintage style shorts with one of these really easily. This is a great operating camera. You've got built-in stabilization for the lens, and you've got a crazy zoom range. Let's zoom in on the dog right there. And this is handheld. So all the way up there, that's about 125 yards. You can see that you're still getting pretty good detail way up there. So pretty fun camcorder. I kind of, now that I've made this video, kind of want to keep it, but I just bought the 80D. I need to pay off my little PayPal credits, so I'm gonna be letting go of this one. But I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Let me know what you think about this down in the comment section of this video. I'll see you guys later.